Welcome to Lineups and Lures, where the talk runs from the dugouts to drift boats. We're all about the games we play and the waters we fish, the stories, the rivalries, the moments that keep us coming back. If it happens under the lights or out on the water, we're in. This is Lineups and Lures. Well, the Winter Olympics are over. And I got to tell you, the hockey, both men's and women's, kind of took the spotlight.
That's what I hear. It sounds like you got up early and watched the game. So what you got for us?
You know, I didn't quite get up. I got up when I got up. So I missed the first period, which the U.S. scored a goal.
Okay.
And then it was 1-0. I was like, I might as well get up and go watch the end of this.
Yeah.
So great hockey game. Back and forth. Canada just looked like they were kind of playing at a different speed. Actually, one of the Canadian hockey players came out with a quote and was like, we want you to go rewatch that game and tell us who the better team was today.
Right.
I mean, it just felt like they were dominating. It kind of felt like they were on the power play the whole game.
Right.
But the U.S. kind of grinded it, and Canada scored another goal in the second, so that was 1-1. End of the second period, double dink off both posts.
The double doink.
How does it not go in? That's like a round thing on a round peg. Somehow it just goes straight across the goal line. Doesn't go in. Go to the third, and I'm sure you've seen the picture of Hollebeck's great save with the stick, reaching behind him.
I did see that this morning.
Love seeing that, hoping that is a precursor for the second half of the NHL season.
Okay.
Well, he's my fantasy goalie.
I'll have to take your word for it.
So I need him. I'm right on the fringe of the playoffs right now, so I need my goalies to start picking it up for me.
So the goalies get points for what? Saving shots?
Saving shots, wins, shutouts.
Okay.
You know, all those things. And really, if you want to win in fantasy hockey, you got to have good goalies.
Okay.
So my first two picks in the draft are goalies, which is kind of wild.
That's kind of like wide receivers and running backs.
Yes.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah. So hopefully he picks it up for the second half. But then we go into overtime, which who doesn't love a good overtime game?
Now, sudden death? Is it a time period? How does that work?
Well, let's talk about that. Because there's some mixed thoughts on this, and even I think the Canadian coach kind of came out. So, standard NHL hockey, 5-on-5 with the goalie, right? That's your standard game.
Yeah.
Overtime, 5-on-5.
Okay.
Olympics, 3-on-3 overtime.
Why would they change it?
It's just something to where I think they're trying to get a goal. And I got to tell you, the action is a lot faster. I mean...
Well, yeah, if you spread the floor out that much more, I mean...
Yeah.
And is it sudden death, first goal wins?
It's sudden death.
Yeah, I don't like that either.
I mean, the cool part, though, is you get a guy like Connor McDavid for Canada, and when he gets the puck down in his own zone, and that dude flies on skates with the puck. I mean, he looks like a bullet going through there. So you're right, open ice, a little bit more excitement. It's kind of cool, but you know, I wouldn't mind seeing 5-on-5, but they don't really want 5 overtime games. Which, as a fan, I love 2, 3, 4 overtimes.
Free baseball.
Absolutely. So U.S. Ends up winning, and Jack Hughes scored the goal, which is awesome because he's on the team with his brother. He's 23 years old, so a younger guy. And earlier in the third period, he got hit with a high stick on a slash and actually drew blood, so it was a 4-minute major, and lost a tooth, or at least cracked a tooth.
So how come these guys don't just wear a face shield or something?
Some do, especially the older ones.
Well, wouldn't you be better off wearing a face shield the first time you get out there so you don't lose your teeth in the first place?
I mean, if it was me, yes. Absolutely.
I mean, that'd be like me going and catching and not wearing a face mask. I mean, it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. So he's running around.
Is there a reason some guys don't wear them?
You know, I got to imagine it's something maybe being able to breathe. Maybe you can breathe better without having the full face. And then there's also maybe it fogs up.
Yeah, maybe you could just like pull it down like the old glasses in center field. You just flip them down when you need it.
So I'm going to attack a puck in the corner, and as I'm skating in, I'm going to pull my face mask down.
Well, you might do that slightly. I don't know here. I'm grasping at straws.
Okay. That'd be like an offensive lineman. Like, all right, play's about to start. Engage.
Well,
or the bobsledders. You watch the bobsledding?
Okay, love me some bobsled. All right, true story. Had to show the kid the little film clip of the Cool Runnings deal while we're doing that. Because, I mean, he's never seen that. He didn't get it.
Yeah.
But going back to this face mask thing for just a minute, what if you, like, drilled some holes in it so it could breathe?
All right. I mean, it might break. I mean, those pucks weigh a lot, and they shoot pretty fast.
Right, but if it stops you from getting domed one time, then you go and get a new one.
Oh, I agree. But
okay.
the advances in dental practice, I mean, they're single-handedly keeping Canadian dentists in business. So Jack Hughes scores the goal. Fantastic, great thing. Young guy, kind of face of the team, just a future face of the team.
Okay.
Game gets over. They're doing all their celebrating.
Now, if he had better teeth, then he could be the face of the team. But if he keeps getting them knocked out, I mean,
he had better teeth until the third period. So game gets over, and do you know Johnny Gaudreau? Do you know that name at all?
No.
So he was a hockey player.
You could tell me. I mean, Gretzky. I know that guy.
He was at the game.
I'm sure he was.
So he was a hockey player for the U.S. that got killed about 2 years ago. Him and his brother were riding a bike, and drunk driver ran into him and killed them both. Terrible story.
Yeah, there's nothing good about that.
So he would have been on the team. Obviously, he has a lot of friends that are on the team. And so after the game was over, they were doing all their pictures and stuff, and they had invited the family. So his parents,
right,
his wife, and his 2 little daughters were all at the game. And the players have been kind of carrying around a jersey of his during the whole thing. So they get down, taking pictures, and next thing you see is a couple players going up into the stands, and they grab his daughters and get his daughters in with the team pictures.
Yeah.
It was pretty cool. Pretty powerful.
I'm pretty sure that picture is going to be on one of their walls in their homes and office or whatever for the rest of their lives.
Yeah, absolutely. So fantastic men's game. Did you know that the coaches don't get medals?
Why not?
Only the players get medals. Well, think about it. Does a figure skater's coach get a medal?
Yeah, but team sports have always been that way.
I agree, but I didn't know that until after the game was over, and they were handing out all the medals and the token teddy bears. Which, man, if you just lost in a gold medal game and somebody hands you a little teddy bear,
I might throw it at somebody.
Exactly. And then they hand out all the medals. They go one by one, and then they go back and they hand you this teddy bear. I don't want a teddy bear. But they announced that the coaches don't get medals. So the whole medal ceremony, the coaches weren't even on the ice. They were just hanging back in the coach's box, whatever. And then they got done. They took their team picture, and then the coaches came in after the official team picture.
Now, let me ask you a question. Is that one of those things where, like, the Olympics are too cheap to buy them one, and then, like, the U.S. Olympic Committee or whoever can pony up and buy them one later?
I don't know. Can you buy an Olympic medal?
I'm sure you can buy anything. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's more of if you give it to a team sport coach, you have to give it to every coach. So that's a lot more medals.
No, you don't.
Yes, you do.
Why?
You're telling me that a hockey team coach is more important than a bobsled team coach?
Okay, I'm not going to say more important, but I am going to say different, and I'm actually going to use evidence to come back and follow up with my assertion here.
Okay.
Whether you are running the 100-meter dash, swimming the 100-meter freestyle, doing your bobsled thing or whatever, once you start the event, you either jump out of the blocks on the track, you jump off the board diving, you run down the hill, the coach has no more effect. They cannot help you during the event. I mean, not that they couldn't, but they literally can't. Like, once you start running the 100-meter dash, the coach ain't helping.
Correct.
The coach in a team sport is integral in making moves and substitutions and setting plays. He is a part of that game. That is the difference, my friend, and I believe that to be a meaningful difference.
Yeah, I'm racking my brain trying to think of another sport where there's timeouts and mid-competition adjustments.
Hoops.
Basketball, baseball.
Yeah.
But in the Winter Olympics especially, I can't think of another event where you have that. So that's a good. I can't argue with you.
Does the curlers have a coach?
I don't know. Well, they have like a captain, and I think the captain kind of runs the show.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, and I'm not making, and I don't know if there's a difference, but I mean, if Team USA wins the Olympic gold medal in basketball, do the coaches not get a medal?
That's what they're implying.
well then, so we can use the, so basically we're saying the Olympics in general, summer or winter, the rules are the same. And I think the rules are wrong.
Yeah, I don't disagree with you. Yeah. All right, finish up on the Olympics. So not only did the men win gold, but the women won gold.
Okay.
And that was a fantastic game as well. I believe that was maybe Saturday morning, Friday morning.
Sure.
Yeah. So the women were down 1-0. Okay. So they hadn't given up a goal in 350
That's right.
something minutes.
You told me that earlier in the week.
And Canada comes out, scores a goal. They're grinding, a lot of good scoring opportunities. 2 minutes left in the game. Well, about 3.5 minutes left in the game, they pull the goalie. And they score a goal with like 90 seconds left in the game to tie it, which is awesome. And I know you're not a hockey fan, but those goals in the last like 2 minutes to tie, awesome. Just awesome.
I get it.
And then they come out in overtime and score in the first overtime and win a gold. It was great. 2 gold medals in hockey, and guess who the U.S. beat in both of the games?
The Canucks.
The Canadians.
There you go.
So not only did they win, they beat the country where hockey is kind of the number one sport, which is awesome. So overall, good Olympics. I don't know what the exact medal count ended up, but I read something where...
How does Norway win the Winter Olympics? Aren't there like 5 million of them or something?
Yeah, but it's Nordic sports.
Well, I get it, but... I mean...
Did you grow up doing a biathlon?
Didn't know what snow was. Are you kidding me?
Ski jumping?
Ski jumping.
Figure skating?
No, I wouldn't have tried that one. Now
speed skating?
The ski jump. I might have been tempted at like 9 years old to give that a shot.
Yes.
I mean, these days I'm just coming out of there dead. But, back then I might have given that a shot.
Yeah.
All right.
So
there are a couple, like, I did stay up and watch like some bobsledding the other night when those guys, the 2-man were doing like 80 mile an hour. The 4-man with a little extra weight, some of them were getting close to 85 miles an hour. That is just a bullet going down an ice rink.
And how do you, like, steer or brake? I know there's brakes in there because you can slow down on certain things, but, man, you're just banging against the walls side by side. But they only bang, like, once the whole race, and that's because of the way the track was set up. It's pretty amazing.
Yeah, no, that's it's craziness. That's cool. I like the like the ski jump. I actually, with the final of the biathlon was on yesterday. Man, those guys are athletes. I actually saw the women. Those women were athletes. They were, I mean, to lower your heart rate to be able to shoot straight is not easy.
Well, and that's a small target, right? Isn't it? Was I hearing they were saying it's about the size of a golf ball?
I can't answer that one.
But it's a pretty small target.
Although I will say with the technical advances in guns and things these days, it's I think that part of it has become easier, but still it's the whole, I'm at a flat sprint trying to get my heart rate down so I can, not be, that's, so, I mean, that was fun. No, that's some great event. And look, it's a novelty. It comes around every 4 years. I mean, am I going to watch the ski jump between now and the next Winter Olympics? Nope.
Nope. Nope.
So the novelty fact is key. And you know what? There was no football to watch, so it at least...
it gave us something.
It bridged the gap, something to watch, and at least we got our next topic of conversation coming up to talk about.
Yeah, so the next Olympic Games are in L.A.?
The Summer Olympics,
Summer Olympics.
Yeah.
Would you consider going to any of those?
I will not go to California.
Oh, yeah, I guess you'll get taxed, huh? You can't take any phone calls. You'd have to work. Cost you to go on vacation.
Yeah, let's just ask Sam Donald about winning the damn Super Bowl down there. I just don't know. I mean, look, I would love to go to an Olympics at some point. It's on the bucket list for me. I think for me it would be like the 4x100 or the 4x200 men's freestyle. Like that would be my deal.
Yeah.
More importantly, because Australia actually has a chance of winning those events.
Well, the Torpedo's not racing anymore.
No, he done. But no, they got different torpedoes. They usually have some guys that can, and gals that can hang. So
okay.
I love the relay races. I just like the fact that there's kind of a build up, and typically some guys go out with their best guy first, some guys go out with their best guy last. So typically you've got some sort of convergence to where it's getting close at the end, and crowds going nuts, and that's cool. I like that.
Yeah, it's awesome. And it's like you said, it's ski jump. I'm not going to watch a ski jump for the next 4 years. So it's these events that you don't see very often, and it just makes a kind of a fun 2 to 3 weeks of sports.
But I tell you what, I would go to a Winter Olympics and go stand on that hill and watch those guys catapult themselves a football field and a half. That's how far they were jumping.
Yeah, pretty wild.
I'd go watch that for an afternoon.
Hey there, I'm Chad with Jackson Painting and Remodel, and if you're looking to give your home a fresh new look, you've come to the right place. Whether you need a bold new color for your living room or a fresh coat to brighten up your home's exterior, my team and I have got you covered. We specialize in both indoor and outdoor painting, using only the best materials to make sure your space looks amazing and stands the test of time. If you're ready to transform your home, visit jacksonpainting.com. I'd love to come by, chat about your ideas, and give you a free estimate. At Jackson Painting and Remodel, we don't just paint, we make your vision a reality. Again, visit jacksonpainting.com or call 503-620-2600.
Well, spring training is officially here.
Yes.
Friday, first games. Turned on MLB.tv. Logged in, watched the Orioles.
There you go.
Adley got a single in his first at-bat of the season.
Okay.
First of many. Gotta love seeing that. It's a great way to start the year. Get that first one off the back right away. It was great.
Right now, all I can picture is Harry Doyle in the commentary box of Major League when Wesley Snipes hits that little chop into the second baseman. I can't tell the rest of the story, but everybody knows what happens next. That's all I'm thinking about right now.
That's true. I will say that it was a single into the outfield. Like, it was a legit hit.
How about 100 of these? One for every base I'm going to steal.
But, you know, baseball's in the air. It's fantastic. And college baseball's going, which we'll talk about at the end here. But, man, it was great to watch college baseball or professional spring training and seeing all these guys on the field and trying to earn spots. And this year's kind of crazy because it's World Baseball Classic year, which we'll get into in a future episode. But so you got guys like Pete Alonso's first game of the year with the Orioles. He had 3 at-bats. Like, those are things you don't usually see this early in spring, of the stars playing a little bit longer or pitchers, you know, getting spread out just a little bit more. So it's kind of cool to see that in a spring training setting.
Yeah, no, I mean, this is a magical time of year, and I think for anybody that gets the chance to get down to Florida or get down to Arizona, take it. It's not often in today's day and age that you get to be in a smaller, intimate setting with the best players in the world, and you get to see them up close. You can, if you so desire, you can choose to go watch some batting practice, watch them running some drills out there on the practice fields. For young coaching and young players, I would highly recommend get out there and just observe. Just be a sponge. Be a sponge. Look around. Pick something up. If you're so inclined, maybe get an autograph or two. I mean, it actually kind of brings you back to what, you know, this game's all about, where, you know, it's about kids going out there and getting to see their heroes play and not having to spend $1 billion to go and get a ticket. And it's awesome.
Yeah, I love going to spring training for that fact right there. Being able to go down to the side fields, watching guys get their work in, watching PFPs, watching practices, and then after...
watching PFPs, really?
I love that stuff. Always looking for new ideas and new drills.
I want all those hours of my life back for PFPs. I mean, really, what did I get out of a PFP? Zero.
Hey, a PFP can win or lose a baseball game.
Yeah, it can, but there I was standing it behind the plate with my right arm just pointed at first base going 1-1-1. Did I really need to do that for an hour?
Yes.
Probably not.
Well, I bet in games you always pointed the first and said get over, didn't you?
Well, I didn't point and I didn't say anything. I yelled at the top of my lungs and everybody in the field heard where it was going from. But yes, I did do that.
Yes.
Anyway.
Yeah, I love seeing the side fields and everything going on over there, and that just, it makes it fun. Like you said, you can get right up against the fence and you're right there watching these guys, which I don't know of any other sport where you can get that close of action. And I mean, you're not engaged in it, like you're not part of it, but you feel like you're like right on top of it.
You know, I've never done it, and unfortunately at this point I'm not going to be able to, at least not for a number of years. But camp for the NFL. I bet if you went out you could go get on those fields. And obviously with kiddos, transitioning and playing his sports, I'm here with him now. But that might be something I do later on. Just go up to Eastern Washington there in Cheney and check out the Hawks doing their deal. And I'm sure there's some golf, and I'm sure we can find a river or a pond somewhere up there to go hang out. So yeah,
absolutely. So let's talk Mariners. So Mariners, win-loss record in the Cactus League, nobody cares. It's just getting ready.
Yeah.
I got to tell you, Michael Arroyo is off to a hot start. Do you know that name?
Yes.
Little second baseman.
Mm-hmm.
First game of the year, first at-bat of the year, goes Oppo Taco, 2-run bomb. Put together really good at-bats. He's impressing. He's probably another year away from being there, but it's kind of fun to see these guys, showcase their skills when they get these opportunities.
No, I mean, it is. And I don't want to put any, negative on there, but let's be honest, the veterans aren't even trying to get ready right now. There's a lot of guys that are looking for roster spots, but
World Baseball Classic guys are.
Maybe, kinda.
No, they are, because you don't want to get hurt, so they have to be going full speed. And in 2 weeks, they're playing 9-inning games that mean something.
Right. But going back to the young guys, I mean, I remember, I think it was at least 3, maybe 4 years ago, down in Peoria with, Mummer and the kiddo. And, there's this rookie that was playing left field that afternoon. And he ended up hitting a homer in the left field. And I kind of said to the kid, well, you might want to watch this guy a little bit. Well, I think you know who I'm talking about right now. And he's our everyday center fielder. And,
I thought you were talking about Jared Kalanick.
No, I was talking about Julio.
Oh, Julio. Yeah, I know that guy.
Yeah, no, he's pretty good. And it's funny to sit there and go, there he was sitting out there playing left field, and everyone's like, who's that guy?
Yeah.
And 4 years later, he finishes third in the MVP ballot. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Get down there.
It's pretty awesome. I love seeing those young guys. And, the guy that everyone is just cannot wait to see, Cade Anderson. I mean, this guy...
We already seen him.
I know, we got to see him. But this guy is really kind of... I think he might be the key to the Mariners season. Because if he shows that he can be a bona fide starter, even if he's in the 4 spot for us, having a lefty starter in that rotation now allows us to maybe dump a Luis Castillo or a Bryce Miller. Like, one of these guys that we might be able to dump, hopefully it's Castillo, to bring in a bat to solidify our lineup at the end of the season. But you gotta have that other starter, and it could be Cade Anderson, it could be Ryan Sloan.
So I think we're actually 8 legit deep right now, with Sloan being the 8th guy. You've got Kirby, Gilbert, Miller, Wu, Castillo, Hancock, Anderson, and Sloan.
I don't think Hancock's the starter.
Okay, but he could.
He could.
If he was your 5th starter, you wouldn't be going, oh crap. You'd be like, no, he's a serviceable starter.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, look, obviously the front 3 are established, and there's no questions on them. I think Luis Castillo has been great for the Mariners. I think he's probably done more for those young guys than you'll ever hear about, because he's been a veteran presence in there. Unfortunately, he's slowing down a little bit. And
it happens.
It does happen. It's just life, and nothing negative. It's just, it is what it is. So if there's a way that we can get, we could get some offense for him. And you're right. If Cade Anderson just happens to want to be the next coming of Tom Glavine, then we're all good.
No kidding. And he's got that ability. I mean, we saw it. The dude is good.
Yeah, he threw a gem at LSU in Omaha. So yeah, no, we have seen it. He's the real deal. And unlike, I think, a lot of young prospects today that are just fireballers and throw really, really hard, he pitches. Like, he legitimately pitches. And I think that might be the difference why he gets to play in the big leagues a lot quicker than most.
Well, and at LSU, he was kind of expected to go 6-7 innings every game.
Uh-huh.
He only needs to get 5. He ain't going to be going out there throwing 130 pitches a game.
I'd like to see him get 6, but yeah, I hear what you're saying. Absolutely.
Yeah. So, pretty exciting. A lot of good names. I just love watching spring training games, and then you get to see all the young guys coming in the second half of the game, and
yeah. So
selfishly, maybe throw a few names out there, but Aaron Zavala got a start on Saturday. Got to start, face Matthew Boyd twice, which was pretty cool. Hasn't had a hit yet, but, he's working his way through.
Okay.
Nico Teleshay got in for an inning for the Mariners, like 8th inning the other day. So that's pretty cool. You just never know who's going to pop up and get that phone call. Hey, come over from the side field, and we need an extra bat, or we need another runner, or we need you to fill in an inning. So there's a few more PBC guys in spring training, which I'm sure we'll get to as we go. But yeah, pretty cool to see some of these names pop up and get to watch them on TV.
So just bringing it back to the Mariners for a second. So there's only a few spots on the field where really there's any opportunity, right? So you could say there's one infield spot, whether that is third or second base, depending on where Donovan's going to play. And then right field.
I don't think it depends on where Donovan plays. I think it depends on who wins the second base or third base job.
And then he's just going to play the other one?
And then he plays the other one.
Okay. Well,
I think that's the way I'm looking at it.
Fine. And then obviously right field is the only other position that is open. And I guess DH is technically open because, it's going to be Cal on his day off.
No, it's Ref Snyder and Rayleigh. I think those are our two DHs and Canzone.
Yeah, maybe Canzone. And those guys are all going to, platoon through right field as well. So that leaves us with what happens. So do you believe Ryan Bliss can win the starting job at second base?
What I saw from him last year, I really liked. He was a little spark plug guy. He was not going to provide power, but he got on base. He was stealing bases. He was playing Mariners baseball.
So do you put him in like the 8-9 hole then?
I don't know that he wins the spot.
Okay. And then who was
Cole Young, Colt Emerson, Michael Arroyo? There's a lot of names that can win that spot. It's up for grabs.
Yeah, you're right.
But I don't think Arroyo wins it. Or Emerson wins it out of spring training.
Isn't Emerson going to be at third base?
Well, I think he's probably trying to earn that spot.
Okay.
But I got to imagine he's taking reps at second. I know he got to start at third in second game of the spring training, so we'll just have to wait and see how that all plays out.
Okay.
I got another thing we talk about. So there's new rules that come through every year in baseball, and we'll have a full conversation on the new ABS system, which I think is awesome, but that's an episode for another day. But let's real quick before we get off, let's talk about this new coaches must stay in the coaches box until the pitch is released.
Huh?
Yes.
Seriously?
Because
I'm not sure I've ever actually stood in the coaches box anytime I've ever been on the coaches box in my life.
Well, I can tell you that most of the time I'm not standing in the coach's box either. I'm standing like way further down the line.
Yeah, if you're at third and you got a right-handed hitter, you're standing like behind the third baseman. You ain't taking a line drive off the dome.
Yeah, no more. No more. So coaches are now going to have to stand in the box. And if you start looking at like charts as to where guys were standing in previous years.
Like I said, they're standing behind the third baseman. And
yes.
Then this guy here in the green over here, that's only happening when the runner's coming around second base and he's either going to give him the windmill or the stop sign.
Yeah. Or it's a left-handed hitter and something. Yeah. You're not getting smoked when you're over there either side.
Oh.
So, but what they're doing is they're basically saying, hey, you have to stay in the box because of pitch tipping and pitch stealing. Because you're able to look in the glove or see something from different angles and gain an unfair advantage. They're doing everything they can with trying to get this sign stealing stuff out of the game. What are your thoughts on the gamesmanship part of this? Because I believe stealing signs is part of the game, and the way the Astros did it using technology, I think was wrong, right? But if you're standing at second base and the pitcher has his glove open to you and you can see the difference between a fastball grip, a curveball grip, and you want to relay that information to your hitter at the plate in a discreet manner, I got no problem with it. No,
and that's been the game forever. That's why catches give 5 to 8 signs. That's why, the coach at third base looks like he's got, some sort of medical condition while he's touching all parts of his body in different ways, shapes, and form. I think sometimes we need to not forget that, you don't need to change the game every time. The game's pretty good. It's been around nearly a couple hundred years for a reason, and sometimes just leave it alone.
Well, and not only that, but the players police it themselves.
And that's the thing. Like back in the day, You and I were laughing about a Jeff Kent interview earlier this morning that we are not going to talk about right here. But the self-policing was a real thing. The problem is these guys make so much stinking money now that it's kind of hard to self-police because the guys get it that they're all in it for a paycheck. And I'll tell you this, even though you want to win and you want to take care of you guys, it's also, I might be traded in 3 months and be sitting next to that guy on the dugout. And, I'm not going to go and put 99 miles an hour right between the numbers or maybe hit him in the ribs or, I throw one up and in and it hits off his finger and he can't swing the stick for 6 weeks. I mean, I hate to say it, but that's the way the game's going. And it is what it is. And I don't know. I guess I'm not good with all these changes, but look, the pitch clock honestly hasn't been that big of a deal, although it wasn't college baseball twice this weekend, but we'll get to that. Yeah, man, I don't know. I think sometimes you just need to leave it alone.
I agree. And if I'm the first man or coach, third base, first base coach gets ejected because I'm not standing in a box, I'm going to be pissed.
Yeah.
They'll give a warning, but after that, they can eject you.
Yeah, this is getting a little silly.
So we'll see. There's some other rule changes and things coming on, but I just wanted to talk about that one because it popped across this morning, and I was like, this is kind of interesting.
I guess the only other thing is you could make the coach's box like 150 feet long, and then you kind of stand anywhere in the box. It wouldn't matter.
Well, that's the problem. I always move down because, one, I'm not always locked in on every single pitch. I'm watching the runners and doing stuff. So, I want to get away from getting hit.
Yeah, and sometimes you're looking at, I would do the first couple, especially the first inning or two, first run and get on base. I'm counting UCLA in my head on the pitcher. I'm looking, does he have a first movement on something? Just because, instinct just kind of comes back and this is what you do, man. I mean,
where's the third baseman playing or the infielder shifting based on pitch type?
Am I going to drop one down? Am I looking at a hit and run? I mean, who's covering second base? Is it going to be the shortstop or the second baseman? Okay, does that allow me to bunt? Does that allow me to push bunt? Do I do hit and run? Yes. I mean, that's cool being a baseball player, but I don't know, man. I sometimes think you just got to leave this thing alone.
Ready to make big gains this winter? Portland Baseball Club's Sunday camps are back and better than ever. Start your morning with a 90-minute hitting camp, then stay for a 90 minutes of pitching and fielding to round out your game. Every Sunday through March for just $60 per camp. Work with top PBC coaches, sharpen your mechanics, and train like the pros right here in Portland. Spots fill fast, so grab yours now at portlandbaseballclub.com. That's portlandbaseballclub.com, where Portland's best ball players train. All right, let's get into some college baseball. Two weekends into the season. Ducks, Beavers. Well, let's talk Ducks first.
Okay, they can swing it.
Ducks are 8-0.
They can swing it.
No. George Mason, good basketball. I don't know about baseball.
Hold on a second. Didn't Mason beat him in the playoffs 2 years ago?
Did they?
I think weren't they the guys that came to Eugene and beat him?
It might have been.
I think there might have been a little grudge matchy there.
Well, I think they 10-runned them every game, so that might have something to do with that.
Yeah.
And then they played Youngstown State. Any idea where Youngstown State is from?
Kentucky.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I completely guessed there. I have no idea.
Well, they kind of blew them out of the water too. So
yeah,
this Ducks team is pretty good.
Well, I think the University of Oregon finally is doing some things right and scheduling some patsies to start the year. I mean, Alabama football doesn't go and play Georgia the first game of the week. Let me tell you. So, no, I think that was good scheduling by the Ducks. I'm sure they had to pay a little money to bring those teams in because I'm sure those guys. Well, Mason might have been able to, but I don't think Youngstown State's got the money to be doing that. So Uncle Phil probably paid for that little deal, but which is okay. That's okay.
That's part of the game.
It's part of the game. Yeah, no, I get it. So I think the Ducks could really go places this year. They can swing it. They're a deep club. They got they got good arms. That's just a good program.
Yeah, it's a good team, and there's a few local guys on there too. So.
There is.
Ryan Cooney's from Jesuit, Maddox Maloney's, I think Eugene kid.
Okay.
Josh Sligert is a Tigard kid. So there's a few offensive guys that are local, and there's some pitchers too that are from here. So it's kind of nice to see some of the local guys. But yeah, they're off to a good start.
Yeah, no, I think they. I mean, even last year, the eyeball test, they just looked bigger, better, faster, stronger than the Beavs at every position last year.
Well, shoot, I sent you that picture opening weekend, and the dude that hit the home run, I was like, that's a man.
Yeah, no, they had a couple.
That's not a 19-year-old freshman. That is a 22-year-old fully developed dude.
Yeah, no, those were, they had some guys, and they got some more guys this year. I mean, that is the power of that program, and it's only, I mean, I think they're going to compete perennially for Omaha. I mean, they keep bringing in dudes. They need to learn to win the big one, but I think it's a matter of when, not a matter of if for them.
Well, wait, are you saying they're going to compete for the right to get to Omaha or compete in Omaha? Because they haven't been to Omaha yet.
That's what I say. They're going to compete to get into Omaha. Yeah. And I think their goals at this point should be Omaha or bust.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, if that's, I'm sure that's Waz's deal down there. It's Omaha or bust. I mean, look, you can't say we're going to win the College World Series. It's hard, and you need some luck when you get there. The ball needs to bounce the right way for you that day. But getting to Omaha is a realistic possibility, and I think getting there is good enough. And if your ball happens to bounce your way from there, great.
Yeah, exactly. All right, let's get on to the Beavers. So they spent the weekend down in Round Rock, which I got to tell you, one, that looked really cold for Texas.
That wind was bad, man.
I mean, people were bundled up under blankets, and, well, people. There weren't a lot of people at those games.
No, the commentators were trying to sell it like there was a bunch, but when you looked at the stands the week before in Peoria, well, Surprise, excuse me.
Yeah.
Well, they're only about 8 miles away from each other. Yeah. But, compared to last week, it was like, I think everybody went to Arizona and left the Texas trip alone.
Yeah, well, and I think they may be trying to go to Frisco this weekend, so another good tournament with arguably, well, even they lost 2 out of 3, but some better teams coming up. But that Baylor win, man, Dax Whitney, 17 strikeouts in one game in 7 innings.
I mean, I was listening to the guys on the call the other night, and I guess there's a shortstop somewhere, but they're saying that Dax may well be the number 2 pick in the draft.
I don't think he's that high.
They're just regurgitating what they said. This is not,
The UCLA shortstop, Rock, is definitely the consensus number 1 overall pick.
That's who they're referring to then.
Yeah. I don't think, well, first of all, I don't think Dax is draft eligible this year. I think he's,
you're right.
He's another year.
Wow.
So I don't know how old he is. That's the question there. But, yeah, shoot, 17 strikeouts, 1 walk, and you come away with a no decision.
Wouldn't want to be in that locker room after the game.
Just unfortunate, the bullpen just, doing what the bullpen does. And then you go to the Southern Miss game. Kleinschmidt throws a great game. Goes out there, goes 10 strikeouts, 5 innings, gives up 5 hits, 4 earned. You should be able to be in a game, and then you go right to Kamats. Should be one of your top guys. He gives up some hits.
A.J. Hutchinson was next.
Well, and then just kind of everybody.
Mm-hmm.
It's a rough bullpen set right now.
So this is one where you and I disagree. We've disagreed about this already. Time will tell. I don't think neither one of us is necessarily wrong. I think it's more about how you look at it. I think you're wanting them to be able to hold a 3-1 lead every night. I'd like to see him put 7 or 8 runs on the board, and then you give 1 or 2 up in the back end of the bullpen, and you still win a ball game.
I don't disagree, and that's what we're used to, right? I mean, we're used to being able to look at.
So let's get something straight real quick.
Here comes Adley.
Over the last 10 years, we have been spoiled rotten in Corval. Let's just,
yes.
That 2018 team has, 7 guys in the big leagues right now?
Yes.
Seriously?
Yes.
We've had 2 number 1 ones.
It's pretty good.
I mean, the guy that played shortstop last year is probably in the bigs later this year or maybe next year. The guy in left field, that played left field, if he puts on 10, 15 pounds, might play in the big leagues for 10, 15 years. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not bad.
So I think we need to tamper expectations from time to time. I get the gut feeling right now that Mitch is in panic mode.
I don't think it's panic mode yet. He hasn't hit the button. But they're going to have to manufacture runs. And if you look at the runs that they scored in a lot of these games, it's not a bloop and a blast. That's not how this team is built. It feels like. And, as somebody who's played the game on both sides, pitching and hitting, when the hitting's not going good, everybody feels like they need to be the guy. Oh, I'm going to be the guy. I'm going to be the catalyst, which means in most guys' mind, that means I'm going to hit a double. I'm going to hit a ball out of the yard. I'm going to give us a boost.
Right.
And you can just see they're all just pressing. They're all trying just a little bit too hard to be at their max exit velo and hit a ball as hard as they can. And when we're scoring runs so far early in the season, it's leadoff hitter gets on, sack him over, get the base hit, put the pressure on the defense.
Well, the other thing is
use your speed.
The games that we've won, the opponent's defense has been very questionable, and there's been a lot of unearned run scores on the other team booting the ball around. So there really hasn't been a game where, we've gone and had, 10 to 12, 13 hits. We've had the 2 big flies. But other than that, I mean, there hasn't been a lot of balls getting ripped off the wall for doubles and that type of deal. So, look, it's early. I'm not going to write the season off by any stretch of the imagination. Sometimes you go down on these road trips early, and it's tough. These guys have been basically hitting in the batting cage, and that's all because the weather ain't so great here. So this is their first live at bats too. So being around the game for as long as I have been, until someone's had 50, 75 at bats, it's really hard to say if they're really in or out yet. So let's give it a chance, but hopefully those bats wake up a little bit, because otherwise I think it could be a long season in Corvallis.
It's going to be an exciting season. This could be a 500 team. This could be a team that's well below 500. It could be above 500. Like, you just don't know, because there's just not enough pieces to go, oh, that is a future first rounder. There's not a lot of those guys that you can say that right now on the offensive side of the ball.
I don't know if we got any on the offensive side of the ball.
Well, Jacob Galloway's looking pretty good.
Okay.
He's looking pretty good. There's some pieces there. You just never know. But, man, I'm putting Jacob Craig in the 4-hole, and I'm just going, hey, be my senior leader.
Yeah.
Anchor my lineup.
Yeah.
Stop trying to do too much. Just go do that. Easton Tall's hitting the top of my lineup. He's been there. AJ Singer's at the top of my lineup. Maybe I put the freshman Galloway in the 3-hole, protect him with Craig. Man, that's a decent top 4. A little bit of older experience. Bryce Hubbard in there. Your catcher's, a senior
yeah, I mean, you got to get Hub in that lineup, and if he's not going to hit, if he's only going to platoon, I mean, I would give him a chance against left-handed pitching to start with and see what he can do, and if not, go with some other guys in there. But I guess here's the one positive that I have about this team. If they can win just enough games to get in the tournament, I don't think this is a team that's going to host the regional or the super regionals this year. They might have to go on the road to do it.
I think they could host a regional. I don't see us being a top 8 at the end of the year.
But with that starting pitching look, you only got to win 2 out of 3.
Yeah,
they could take care of it by Saturday afternoon.
Yes.
So this is that type of team that if they could just scrape in, I think could still make some noise, and I'm sure there's a lot of teams out there that are going, really, we get these guys? And when you look across and you see the Beavs know their way to Omaha, and they've done it multiple times, and that coaching staff, every single one of them is a national champion. Yeah, it's a real thing.
Well, and they've done it different ways. I mean, when Mitch and Wong were there, that was not a team that was running balls out of the yard all the time. Nope. They had to manufacture runs. When it was Adley's team, him and Larnick were leaving the yard all the time.
Yeah.
So you got to be able to win both ways, and that's a mark of a good coach, which is why I'm not super concerned, because Mitch is a great coach, and he's going to get these guys playing for each other, and he'll make the adjustments that he needs to. It's just not the start to the season that we were all hoping for, but there's a lot of baseball left to be played.
There is, and I just hope it fixes itself quickly, because I've been a little more bearish than you have on the recruiting and what's going on with. I mean, you look at that schedule for the Beavs, and you're like, And I think that's being nice. It's going to be hard to keep attracting top-tier talent. And I think as long as they keep winning and going to super regionals, they can still attract. But it's only going to take 1 or 2 down years, and you could see that thing go in the hole really quickly. Yeah, and I don't want that to happen, I guess, selfishly.
No, I agree. So 1 more week on the road. They're in Frisco, and then I think they come home for the first weekend set at Goss. So maybe some home cooking will be what they need. Yeah. But let's get through this next weekend. Enjoyed Lineups and Lures? Like, share, and rate the show to help us grow. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss an episode. Thanks for listening, and catch you next time on Lineups and Lures.